Hey guys, I am back, and, well, here is the 2002, Jango Fett Slave 1. The reason why I'm kinda pausing and talking, well, this is where Attack of the Clone Toys really kinda failed. So far, it's an awesome ship. It has some cool action features, and what you could do is, there's a button on the back, as you can see. You can press that button in, the one that has the one above the yellow button. You could push that, and actually, I'll manually just open it up. Missiles can shoot out. You turn the knob on the back here, and the missiles can shoot out. You have a storage unit, just really cool. And then, you have these twin cannons, and you have the wings, and, you have this, the gear, the handle. My problem is, well, two of them. One, plastic. As you can see, the spots on here. I didn't do this. It came like that. It just kind of goes to show you what Hasbro was kind of quality like in 2002. You didn't really see this on any Episode 1 toys or Episode 3. And you could kind of see it. It's present on this cannon here. You can't really see it, but it's there. So, yeah. I will have to explain to a collector about this, but it's not that bad. I know it's factory, but it could go across as playware, as crazy as that may sound. Now, that's not as serious because it's plastic, and plastic just does weird things after a long period of time too. But here's my other issue with the Attack of Clone Toys, and they started doing it around this time period too, where it just got really weird. The decals. Now, honestly, I don't know how anyone could do decals on here. Let me pull out my iPhone, and I am gonna show you what I'm talking about here. Sorry, I put on record. Look at that. They look perfect, but they are crooked on both sides. Oh, come on. Sorry about this. I'm filming this on an iPad. But look. They look okay, but oh my god, a pain in the ass to put it in. There's another one over here. So, yeah. That's my complaint on here with the decals. Like, what was Hasbro honestly thinking? I mean, luckily, I didn't press down too hard on these decals when I was putting them on, and I was luckily, with patience and being slow as molasses, I had to carefully peel them off and put them on again. And thank God, no creasing or any of that was present putting these decals on. But my God, what I didn't understand was, if they're going to put decals in something in this type of place inside the cockpit, they should have done it before they shipped these out of the factory, because I can't even picture a child putting these on, let alone myself. And with that adult supervision thing in the instruction manual, they always say, oh yeah, adult supervision can be required or is required. You can't even put this on this toy because it's just such a weird place to put decals on, and let alone, who would care if there were decals in there or not? I mean, that's the funny thing, looking at this and looking at the vintage toys or looking at Episode 1. No one cared about decals in the interior. Mostly decals are fun to put on the outside, but also you gotta think, when doing decals, especially in interior, where the spaces are very tiny, you want to make sure there's enough room where you could fit your hands. I don't know what they were thinking, and, let alone, that's one thing that they were starting to do with Episode 2, was trying to get so detailed with everything, where I don't think a child or even myself would care that much. You know, I mean, they create these things for your imagination, so I don't think everyone expects you to have every little nick and cranny perfect like the film. I mean, let alone the way it is already, it's film accurate. But yeah, and even here too, let alone the decals, this was kind of a pain in the ass to put on too. Just very tiny in weird places, you know, but luckily they didn't break or anything or creased when I was putting these on. But to be honest with you, I just don't understand, you know, why. You know, it's just weird to me, really weird. But overall, you know, this toy is a cool toy. You know, I'm not gonna lie. The decals on the back were very easy to put on, but I don't know. It's just weird. But yeah, this is the Attack of the Clones, Slave 1, Jango Fett Slave 1. Can't believe this video is going on 6 minutes, but I really wanted to air myself out about this. And I didn't really notice this as a child. The last time I had this vehicle was in 2002, and it was one of the last prequel vehicles that I got that I played with, as a child. And then I got this, and I got an Obi-Wan figure and a speeder, and I just called it a day because it just, I don't know, I just didn't, just the play factor was just not there. And, you know, for me then, but, I mean, now looking at it and putting it together as an adult, it's just, what was Hasbro thinking? That's all I said. But all in all, I mean, other than that, I think this could have been a great toy, but I think, in my opinion, that one flaw really held it back. Not really the plastic, but that decal flaw. But I'll tell you this, we're very lucky they didn't do this on Episode 1 vehicles, because the stickers were that classic type of paper where, you know, that they were using, like, on the vintage Star Wars stuff. So if you put a decal on, you wouldn't be able to peel it off as easily, and you'd get a crease, and, you know, so we're very lucky that they kind of improved the decal quality on these stickers. As I noticed with the prequel line, you know, the paper got to be much more better and flexible, as I said. And, you know, I'm not saying that but by, you know, this issue, but just by touch. But yeah, now in part 3, I will also go over the figures that would go along with this vehicle, and you will see why. Also, the figures were kind of an issue with Attack of the Clones, and why, when I look at this as a prequel toy line, why, in my opinion, it's my least favorite. So, we'll stay tuned for part 3.